Welcome back to See Today Business. The Indonesian stock market has been seeing some bearish sentiment amid the rising tensions between Iran and Israel, coupled with uncertainties over the Fed rate cuts. The IDX plunged by 1.68% to 7,164.6 on Tuesday, the 16th of April, during the first trading day after Eid holidays, marking a substantial drop from its last record high level of 7,433 it hit in mid-March. This came amid various negative sentiments, including heightened Iran-Israel tensions, Fed rate cut uncertainties, and the rupiah's drop below 16,000 per US dollar. And an update on the tensions. Earlier this morning, U.S. officials have said that Israeli missiles have hit Iran. On early Friday morning, explosions were heard near a major airbase and nuclear facility near the city of Isfahan. Earlier today, gold prices shot up above 2,400 US dollars per ounce following reports of the strike. So how will the escalation in tensions on top of Fed rate uncertainties impact the IDX? Now, to discuss further, joining me today is Advisor Provina Visindo CEO Praska Putrantyo. Thank you for stopping by at See Today Business. Yeah, so to start off with the what's happening in the IDX, and also amid the geopolitical tensions, the rupiah has gone quite low after its 4-year drop this week, and we just opened the market again after the Eid break. So could you tell us about the performance of IDX within this week?
Okay, thank you. The performance of IDX since the first trading from 8 holidays, I see the market is so volatile, and as we can see from the pictures that the trend of GCI is in downtrend in the short to medium trend. From this picture, we can see that the market from the closing by 17th April, we see that the market is closed on the support level by 7,135. And now, from the first session of today, the market is down more than minus 1.45% this day on the first session of trading. And we see that the market will continue its bearish trend up to the support, strong support to 7,038 level.
All right.
This is because by the rising tension, geopolitical issues, and also the potential rising of inflation globally, because the rising commodity price, especially from metal and also energy.
All right. Now, I mean, if we look at the geopolitical tension, it seems like it's very much uncertain, especially what Israel would do to Iran after its retaliation attack to Israel. So, and this morning we had this news as well. Israel had hit Iran in Isfahan. So, how will this impact the IDX now? And how are the big issues that are potentially affecting the Indonesian, if there are other issues that will affect the Indonesian stock market?
Okay. From the first response in the news earlier today about Israel response to Iran, I think it will increase more uncertainty issues in the capital market, because the retaliation attack by Israel will create new uncertainty issues in the commodity price, especially in oil price, because it will create a higher oil price level, and also the inflation globally will also rise up if the commodity price and also metal price rise up together. And by this week, we conclude there are 4 big issues in the capital market in Indonesia, especially in stock market. The first is hitting geopolitical tension, and the second is China GDP released more than expected on 5.3% in the first quarter of this year, beating expectation at approximately 5%. It will also support the commodity prices, especially energy price, because China is one of the biggest oil consumers in the world. And the third is strength of US dollar also push the market down because it will create a new uncertainty in the prospect of potentially lower interest rate this year. That will be delayed because if the currency of rupiah keep on pressure, And the last is panic selling since the geopolitical tension continues.
All right. Okay. Now I'm interested to also ask you about the impact of foreign capital flows.
Yeah. Okay. The impact in in equity market, I think it also it's already responded by the net sales of foreign investor. First of all, they can see the response of foreign investor in government bonds. It shows the declining trend. From the first of this year, where the number of foreign ownership in government bond has shrink at least 37 trillion. So now it's just left around 800 trillion rupiah. And also it also happened in equity market, where in last month foreign investor in equity market in GCI has reduced around 9 trillion in just in 1 month.
That's pretty declined.
So it shows that the impact of rising geopolitical tension and also the rising price of energy, especially in oil, and the sanctions over Russia metal commodities such as aluminum, copper, and nickel. It will create another new worry over the potential next higher inflation, just like happening in 2022.
That's correct. Okay. Now you mentioned about China's GDP rate that is actually above the expectation, which is reaching 5.3% in its increase. So how does this affected the Indonesian market?
Okay, by the number of this better China data in GDP number, I think it should be actually a good news for capital market, but because it happens consistent with the rising tension of in the Middle East between Israel and Iran, maybe it's also followed by Lebanon. I think it will create the price of energy supported to rise higher, especially in energy. Especially in oil price, because China, as I mentioned before, it is one of the biggest oil price consumers in the world. That's why by the better economic data of China, it will create the confidence in the oil market to make the price higher. If the price of the oil continue to a higher level, I think globally it will create another higher level of inflation. Either it's in the US and also in Indonesia. That's why just like we can hear in the news before that if there is a huge rising oil price, it will cut the prospect of our GDP number up to 4.9%, below 5%.
It's pretty huge impact on that. Okay, so looking at the positive side, so what are the sectors that are still prospective, if we want to look at it, and amid this very uncertain current conditions?
Okay, I think besides there are more bad issues caused by the rising energy price, especially oil price. I think, and it makes the hope of a lower interest rate, I think, will be delayed up to
next year,
2025. Because the Federal Reserve last night stated that it will keep watch until September of this year. I think the prospective sector in the Indonesia capital market, in equity market, there are 4 sectors. I think the first is energy, and the second is basic material on the export basis. The third is infrastructure, and the fourth, I think, is still on financial sector. Why on financial sector? Because especially in banking sectors, because I think by the the higher uncertainty in the market and the issuers of banking industry, it will be the prospective alternative stock picks for investor, because in the long term banking industry will play play a role play more role in our GDP growth in the long term. That's why when the market is down, stocks in the financial sector, especially in banking, will be an alternative, a good alternative for investors.
All right. Now, talking about the Fed rate cuts, U.S. inflations remain high, increasing worries of the delayed Fed rate cuts. And you mentioned that it's probably just going to be happening in 2025. So how is this affecting Indonesian market?
Yes, of course.
Or at least has it been affecting?
Yes, I think if the interest rate is delayed for the lower level, I think it will create more uncertainty, especially more pessimistic over the growth of our economy. Because why? Because I think firstly in this year is the year of hope, where the interest rate will be lower and to support economic growth more than 5%.
Right.
Yeah, but if the inflation rise more than expected, and it push the GDP growth lower, I think it will be bad for our capital market, and of course, our overall economy will be will be postponed for the growth to next year, where the potential lower interest rate will be happened.
Okay. Now, we know that rupiah has been quite on a decline, and today it remains at around 16,000.
Yeah, 16,000.
Yeah. So, what about the impact of this weakening rupiah?
There are two sides of impact for the exporters, issuers. I think that's a good issues, because when the rupiah is weakening, I think they can create a higher value of revenue by exporting their commodities. But it will be create also negative impact for our economy, because many of our industry import the capital goods from overseas. So it will create push inflation. Importing push inflation. So the inflation is caused by importing goods. Because the importing goods will be much expensive than before, because the weakening rupiah. That's the best side.
Certainly there's a lot of happenings, and we have to look forward as well, because the uncertainties keep happening now, and we don't know how it will actually end. But thank you so much, Mas Praska, for having the enlightenment on what's going to happen in the IDX, and also hopefully next week it will be improving. Thank you so much for coming to See Today Business. All right, we're going for a break. After that, we'll have an in-depth recap of the IDX in today's first session. So we'll be right back after the break.